So, we noticed that Ross's character actually has a phobia. He's afraid of the dead. And I have these nifty little cards, condition cards, for the Dark Eye, and they tell me now that you have level 2 of fear. You're scared, and you have to have a -2 modifier on all your checks, which is pretty heavy for the Dark Eye.
Yes, I am not pleased about this.
So, Draconius, I can't help but noticing that you're shaking violently. Your knees are knocking together and you're biting your nails. Do you think, babe, I mean, we could attack these undead, but...
I think we should go around them, Your Honor.
I don't think they've seen us, so maybe we should just carry on. Do you think that's a good idea?
Indeed.
Okay, you go first, and we'll follow. We'll get away from the nasty undead, don't you worry.
So be it.
Okay.
So while we're walking away, I ask you now that you experienced that for yourself. Do you remember asking me why we're laughing so much in Tobian?
Yes, I take your point. I take your point, Will Scott.
So what about the slimy trail?
Yes, let's follow the slimy thing. Whatever it is, it's not undead.
It
I had
keeps
dead things
going.
in it, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So,
I think he doesn't have a problem with it if it stays dead.
okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to follow
So you
the slimy
go
trail.
around,
Yeah.
It is
around the two undead. They seem also, you've been watching them for a few moments now, seem also very sluggish and moving very slowly and not daring to step out of the darkest shadows because sunlight will hurt them. And usually the priests say that the light of the sun, which is the light of Prius himself, will just burn their foul essence away, which was why the Warunkai, where the undead black dragon Razazor ruled, was under permanent cloud cover. Because that was basically a land where nothing ever died. As soon as you dropped dead, you just got up again to serve the black dragon.
We shall keep them in mind, though, to free their souls on our way back when your brother is safe again.
Yes, you can take care of that, Sarfried, if you want.
The priority must be your brother, Your Honor.
Absolutely.
You follow the slimy trail for another hour until you finally spot where it ends, and there is a blob that in the middle is kind of like conically shaped, and the top is maybe up to the height of a man, but it's a huge glibbery mass that stretches out several meters, several steps behind the main mass of the body, just coming along, and it forms small tentacles, arms, just small pseudopods, grabs something and moves itself forward, all the while the pieces of underbrush and grass that it grabs onto wilt, and some of them just flock away and drift into the inside of the creature. It's basically see-through. You can see some structures in there, and you see the biomass that's just slowly getting taken apart as a milky substance in there. And you see a few darker spots, but thankfully nothing that resembles a full-grown human.
An entity right out of the sphere of demons.
Surprisingly, I do not feel any fear for such a creature, only disgust.
Is it moving away from us?
It is moving away from you, further
Okay.
north.
So it doesn't have eyes. Doesn't have ears either.
It's very unlikely to give us any information about your brother.
Well,
Are
it's
you
not,
sure?
that's not what I was getting at, Draconius.
Are you sure it's just an animal and not a demon?
Sphere lore might be the
Yes,
thing I
you
roll
can do
for
that. That's what you roll
Could
on.
this
Also to
be-
know things about demons.
Some form of demon. And I am going to pass that thing like crazy.
Really, you're really good at sphere lore.
Yes, I'm exceptional.
Sphere lore is knowing about the inner workings of the world, about the different spheres of existence, and
That's
also about demons.
That's by 2. two qualities.
This foolish man, no, of course that's not a demon. It's a natural creature. It's probably not even a chimera, but something that developed naturally.
Now that I study it more carefully, Seyfried, I am able to say with confidence that it is not a demon.
Maybe we should just leave it be then.
It does not get us any closer to the goal.
No, but it's kind of in the way. Is there like a way around it, or is it kind of just blocking?
Well, you've been following it,
Yeah.
and me as the game master, I'm not sure where else you want to go at the moment. So
we just found this thing. Okay.
you found this thing that
Perhaps
you've
there's
been
a
following.
clue inside its body.
That's what I was thinking,
Or
because
maybe it is following the trail of your brother.
Maybe it smells him, or some other means of sensing its prey. It does seem to be moving in a certain direction.
that is true.
As you say that, it stops. Comes
Then
to a
again?
wobbling, very, very unstable stop. And the whole mass is flopping slightly around and then forming smaller pseudopods. It kind of looks like it's tasting the air
In our direction.
in all directions.
How far?
For a few
is it?
moments, it has a small crown of wobbling things just sticking out of its head. Hard to tell with the creature.
I wonder if this is the source of that horrible smell.
How far is it away from us?
Still about 50 to 80 steps away from you. Still at a safe distance, you'd say.
Okay. Stay absolutely still. Try not to breathe. I think it's trying to sense us.
If we say stay still, it can't see us.
I don't know how it works.
If it's not even a demon,
I'm just going on a hunch.
I don't think we need to be afraid of this creature.
Like the same way we wouldn't need to be afraid of a lion.
A lion is much quicker.
The thing
It's still very dangerous.
The thing flattens out and spreads over a larger piece of land. It almost seems like indecision. Parts of it creep this way and then back, and then other parts creep
It
another
seems to have
way.
lost the trail, Your Honor.
Well,
And then a movement like a wave goes through the creature and starts wobbling in your direction.
does it reform, or is it still in this kind of...
No, it reforms.
Okay.
I believe we should prepare
Yes.
to defend ourselves.
Okay, well, if no one minds, I'm just going to shoot the damn thing.
I believe you were in charge of this expedition, Your Honor. So
Well, I'm always... This is not a democracy, but I like... I like advice. Do you think this is a good idea, gentlemen?
it seems as good as any other.
Okay.
So
It's
you're
up to you.
trying to hit that thing.
Fire!
I will light my
Sorry,
staff on
sorry,
fire.
that wasn't right. Loose!
You can
Okay.
actually aim to make your shot a little easier for you.
Thing is, that creature counts as large, and right now it's still far away, but that balances out as a +2 in your favor
Ooh,
because it's just big.
okay.
So you roll on your ranged combat.
My bow, I believe.
Yeah.
So I just need to get under 10? Because that's what I got here. Well, under
Then
12.
right
because
now
it's-
you have to roll under 12.
So that's 2.
Good job.
Fuck, I'm going to reroll that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah?
You're going to be surprised.
5.
5. And now you're going to...
Ooh.
These are the
Ooh.
hit zone dice. And as a running gag that finally was poured into plastic and produced en masse, there's a hit zone die for amoeba. It shows the same symbol on every side.
Yeah, it's the... So I'm going to roll.
If you hit the blob or the blob.
Oh, you hit
Oh,
in the
it's
body.
the blob!
It's a,
I hit the blob.
The arrow flies true and it strikes the blob right in the blob. And it disappears inside without doing anything.
Oh.
I think you've merely fed it into a small morsel.
Run!
That's your reaction.
Run! Leave!
I
Retreat!
At your command, Your Honor, I will see if a sharp sword has.
I think it
more
will
of an
eat your
effect.
sword.
Let us see if it eats magic. Ignifixius!
You'd probably have to get a little bit closer. Ignifixius, I think, has
16 yards.
16 yards.
16 yards is the range. Okay, so
Yes. So you walk towards it very dramatically and
Yes.
cast your spell, Ignifixius.
I will
do.
stay by your side and I will draw
Your swords.
both my
Both of your
swords.
Because you have
To guard
chosen one of the rules from the compendium. You have chosen a fighting style, right? That is specializing in two swords.
No, this I don't have a fighting style for fighting with dual weapons. That is just a special ability from the core rules.
Okay.
But I only have level 1 in that. But my character is ambidextrous, so whenever I choose to attack with both swords in the same combat round, I have to take a -1 modifier on both my attacks and my defense.
Okay. But you do have a fighting style, right?
I do have a fighting style, but that's for unarmed combat only.
Oh.
So
Which is
whenever
not going to help you here.
Not here, but whenever I fight unarmed, I use little mean tricks and parry with elbows and dagger hilts or glasses in a bar fight. So when someone is fighting me, he will injure himself
Okay.
by parrying my attacks or by getting parried by me.
Okay. That sounds.
And I have the special ability of the headbutt, with which I can cause levels of stupor if my opponent doesn't pass a check in self-control.
Actually, one of my favorite add-ons to the game is the Game Master screen, and it comes with this booklet, Inns and Taverns, and there's rule for alcohol, for drinking, for carousing, and things centered around that. But there's also rules for bar fights, where you can go for a headbutt or just for a lot of open-handed slaps and things like that.
So Mháire,
Yes.
the Ignifixius spell has a casting time of 2 actions. It seems like we're not in a hurry, so I don't think I need to speed that
not
up.
very fast. We can just say you spend the next 2 rounds walking towards the amoeba, preparing your spell and just loosening it.
You can actually take your time by doubling the time to use.
Yes,
cast
spontaneous
the spell.
modification.
And that will give you a +1 modifier, make it easier for you.
If that's
Yeah.
if Mháire says that's fine, then I will do that.
That's absolutely fine.
All right, so here's the roll.
Just the other thing.
All right, so that is a pass.
Spells you have.
That is
Spells work like a skill check.
chastity. It's a
Okay.
15, but
It's a +1, so you have to roll against 16, so it's only 3 points over.
all right. And is there a skill modifier for that?
You mean skill values? On
Skill
your,
value,
On
yeah.
your, on
Yeah,
your-
there should be a skill value for
Okay.
your spell.
So
For
missed
your
it by
spells.
3 and
That's fine. The Ignifixius, you have 7.
7. Wow, so I passed by 2 degrees on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. And you should have noted down what damage the spell does.
Damage
Right.
roll for the Ignifixius is 2d6 plus 2 times the quality level.
So 4.
So 4,
4,
yes.
exactly.
And he is. It hits automatically if he does not dodge.
That thing doesn't dodge.
Okay.
Dodging against an Ignifixius is
So-
not so easy.
That will be 8 points of damage. Now, the visual effect is I will sort of gather the flame from the head of my flaming staff and hold it out like I'm sort of making an offering, but what leaps forth from my palm is sort of an arc of flame, like a miniature comet that goes splashing into it with this burst of sparks and ashes.
And actually, splashing is the right word because it sinks into the creature and then bursts apart, and bits of the creature are thrown into the air and everywhere around it, and just rain down with a sickening sound, like mucus being flung everywhere. And it makes a sound, you're not sure how, it vibrates, and there's a high, almost unhearable keening in the air.
Is it flammable?
Bits of it that are raining down are in flames, yes.
Jolly
If it's-
good show.
If
Well
it's
done.
flammable, I can light it on fire.
If you
I
roll
don't
a
think
1
the
to
creature.
3,
You
That's right.
it will keep burning.
go ahead. Yes.
It is on fire.
It is on fire, so it's going to take damage right now.
Aha! I will look quite satisfied with myself and puff on my pipe.
Well done, jolly good show. Looks excellent from over here.
British
will-
ability.
I will keep an eye
Decoration.
on the amoeba to see if it's maybe now fleeing
It's
from the site of battle.
I believe you found the taste of my spell a bit too spicy. Your Honor.
What?
what it's trying. What you can see is that it actually tries to push part to part itself from the bit that is burning. So it leaves some of its mass behind, just running, becoming some runny, slightly burning stuff, and the rest just gathers to a smaller amoeba and starts to slither away from you.
Well, that's that then. What should we do next?
Did it leave anything behind?
You can look at the pieces.
Yeah.
So you try to sort through them, or just take a look.
Well, I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to look and see if there's anything
Okay, roll perception.
floating. No, I'm going to use the dark eye dice cup.
The dark eye duck.
Available now at game store near you.
Probably.
Maybe.
Dun dun dun.
That's alright. I keep need to look at your character sheet. Perception is sagacity.
Intelligence or sorry,
Intuition.
intuition. Yeah.
Sagacity, intuition. Okay, so I think I pass, but with nothing left over.
But it is enough.
Yeah.
0 points left over,
see,
it's still 1 level.
It's still
quality.
yes.
Okay, right.
You see something that catches the light from the burning bits of amoeba around you, and glints golden in the remains.
Okay.
You would have to grab it, or just
Can I don't have on me. I have my longsword. Can I just kind of
yes.
poke
You
the?
can poke in there and try to lift it out.
Yeah.
Very dignified.
Yeah.
Well, we are the very picture of the brave adventurers at this
Yes.
moment.
It's a short golden chain that probably was longer because it seems broken.
Okay.
And on it there's a small pendant in the form of a winged sun,
Dun dun dun.
which is the symbol of prize. And you remember that it was a gift of your father to your younger brother when he started his novitiate.
Right.
And just turn it around, on the back there's a small...
To Hagen.
Yeah, there's basically to Hagen, make me proud.
Your loving father, newborn.
Yes.
I'm
Newborn.
sure that this new career will suit you on a path, a long life, and
How big is this?
I don't know.
It's a very tiny scope.
Yeah.
But it's definitely the amulet of your brother.
Okay. Okay. I'll pocket it. So, this thing has picked up something that belonged to my brothers. Belonged to my brother. Not to my brothers. I've just got the one.
Are you sure you still have him, Your Honor?
It's a bit macabre, isn't it?
Well, if that was one of his belongings.
Yes,
At your
but
command, I will slice it open to see if there's more.
well, there were no bones in that thing. If he had been eaten by that thing, then we would have seen his bones and more of his belongings.
You should ask Adeptus Draconius. He seems quite knowledgeable in creatures like this.
Animal law?
Well, I am actually not very good at that, but I will, of course, attempt to see if there's
Try
something
to-
in my
there-
brain.
there- You had lessons on natural creatures and how to kill them in Andergast.
I will fail.
Pass,
I fail.
and
I fail.
So you just put it out there. If
I
we had
fail.
my brother, we would have seen it.
I'm sorry, I failed.
You fail. So none of you
will,
are sure
I will
about
stroke
this.
my chin thoughtfully for a moment, and then I'm afraid I don't know.
I fail as well. My charisma is just too average.
Do I know what exactly my brother had on him when he left? Like what equipment he had?
You haven't asked anyone.
We could go ask the girl. She seemed to know quite a bit.
Well, she's gone now. I told her to go back to the inn.
We could
I've still got her basket with this hole in it.
we could try to look for your brother's tracks. This thing moves quite slowly, and we followed its tracks all the way here. The tracks of your brother and the tracks of this thing must have crossed at some point. Maybe we can find the spot where they had their encounter.
Yeah,
That's a good
Safrid speaks
point.
sense.
That's a good point. Maybe he lost this on the path, and at some point this slime thing picked up his
Train. The slime
It's
thing has stopped in its flight.
Live in hope.
About
Run.
100 yards
Live in
away, quivering mass somewhere in the shadows.
So I will turn around,
Mm.
follow the track of slime back the way we came.
I think we should go together.
Yeah.
Looking for tracks, for human tracks,
Yep.
left and right to the path of slime.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyone of you good at tracking?
We'll all go together.
Not I.
Spurensuche.
Spoon.
I'm not very good at it.
I suppose we can both give it a shot.
But
You can also work together on this.
Really?
Yes, and pool
How does that work?
Together.
your
okay,
efforts.
so we all roll our checks and we pool our quality levels.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any to give you,
That
but
seems
I
like
passed
a
the
good roll.
test.
So I
Yeah.
can
That's
give
one
level
quality level.
So I can give you one.
12 for courage, 14 for intuition, and a 3 for agility. I have intuition
What was it?
only 13, but I have 2 skill points, so I have 1 quality level as well.
So that's 2.
Yeah, that's 2.
Two.
I don't think I have any quality levels because I can't find that on this list.
Your faithful henchmen work together.
So you
So
probably,
actually, Ross, we
if
could
it's
spend
not noted
some
down there,
fake
you
points
have
to buy extra
you
quality
have
levels
0 skill points, but you
to
can
speed
still
up
roll
the
on it.
process.
I think this sounds like a great time. We will
You
both
want to chip in?
Yes.
So we
Both
have
of us
4
buy
levels of
extra
quality.
quality levels.
Well, I got a 5, a 9, and a 5, so
That sounds good,
yeah.
probably.
Yeah, none of my stats are below
So
above a 10, so that's a pass.
you have another level of quality.
That's 5.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So let's continue. Is it getting dark maybe?
It's actually the cloud even in between the thickets, and when you're underneath the trees, it's getting darker, but not because the day is coming to an end, but because above there's a cloud cover that's getting thicker and thicker.
But we
Which
still
they
have
were
enough
the-
daylight to look for tracks.
Yes.
And my staff
It's-
is still flaming just in case
Yeah.
we need that.
You
extra.
have lights, so yes.
Look, I believe this is one of his footprints.
You're still not quite sure. Well, he has to have come this way, otherwise it makes no sense that his amulet would have been inside the amoeba. But right now you don't have a definite trail. You've found some hints that maybe something else was here that was not just an animal or a deer. Half a footprint here, someone who stumbled and righted themselves with a hand on the ground in another place.
Hmm.
I can give us another level of quality
Oh yes.
with the
You
second
may all
check.
re-roll. This works like that. I said kind of every 5 minutes or every 15 minutes you can re-roll, and this is you can re-roll every 5 minutes that you've been searching.
There's no spell in your
I can.
portfolio that really
No.
helps in this.
A 2, an 8, and an
situation.
18.
Yes, I thought I might be able to read the thoughts of a creature if we could find one that could think, but I don't. I'm not sure the amoeba would be a.
Probably not. Usually you need to have something resembling a brain.
But I could create a light that might help us see things in
Yes.
the darkness here. So I will attempt a glow sphere spell.
That's an easy one. It's one of the oldest spells
Ooh.
in the Dark Eye.
Well, that's a fail.
And he managed to fumble it.
I managed to fumble that one.
Well, you can always you only rolled 120.
It's
so.
true.
It might
And
might still work out
you
because
can always check.
everyone knows this one.
It's on sagacity, so I'm within.
What's your level of skill? You have 3 levels of skill, so you could have You would have passed if you rolled an 18,
Yeah, but I
but
didn't.
not a 20.
So
So
you
now you have to pay half.
you snap your
half the
fingers
cost.
and you speak the words, but the magic does
That's
not
just
really
one
coalesce into the light you're used to.
Hmm.
That's very embarrassing.
Something in these woods does not like the idea of more light. Hmm.
Around
Well,
here is
If
first
we,
there's a deafening silence around you, and then wind that goes through the trees. Only thing is you don't really feel any wind. You just see the trees slightly swaying, and there's rustling in the treetops.
You can always try again, but you will get a -1 modifier because you kind of lost the trust in your own skill.
it is not
Roll
critical that we
for-
have this thing.
Roll
So.
for the next try on tracking.
So did anyone except
No.
me add a level
I
of
failed.
quality?
They were failing.
Ah, we're trying again for tracking.
Oh, I rolled
Is this the
1
third
1.
time or the second time?
I believe it's
the
the
third time.
Third time, okay, I'll try again.
Looks good.
Yeah,
It's a
but
pass.
it's still only 1 level of quality.
I passed.
But we've reached 8 levels of quality, and that means that you get a partial success
Yoo-hoo.
when pooling things. And so you find the first few uninterrupted steps, footprints in the ground,
There it is, he always had big feet.
crossing over the trail of the amoeba, and they seem pretty fresh. So we're on the trail of the lost brother
Perhaps you are
Maybe we
correct,
find him?
Your Honor. He may still live.
next time.